What's up guys, here is Oli. I'm going to be the first in today's challenge. We're all gonna be doing long exposure shots. So based on the reference idea that I wanted to create, I went with this setup. Yeah, so but first of all I had to switch off all the light, like the light that I'm not going to need in my picture, so that way I can control the environment. So as you see, I'm trying to use the 3 light setup. I have my main light, which is a flashlight, and also I have 2 color lights. The one is that tube in green and the other light is red, and they are going to help me to form the effect that I want. So guys, as you see, we went to the shots and I feel like the result is not good, so I'm going to try again. I'm going to change something, adjust my settings and place things a bit different, so that way I can see if I get a nice shot or kinda something different from what I get before. And this is my second shot, and for me the green light affected my picture, so I had to remove it and remain with the red one. That way we can see the outcome. Basically the idea in the reference picture was to create the motion blur of my model. I was moving the camera to the left and right side to create the effect. At this stage I had no problem with the light, and what I just think is to keep playing with my camera movement so that I can have a nice shot. So that's what I think I'm going to keep doing until I find the nice shot. Honestly, I wasn't sure about what's happening because the results really look disappointing, but I still had some time, so I kept trying so many movements and take as many shots as I can, and that's when I came up with this shot, which made me feel like started looking promising. As you can see, I took a lot of pictures, and what is sad is that the result could still look the same and kinda weird, but I had no idea on what to change because at this stage I was out of my mind. Like, all I could just do was to keep trying different movements and tell my model maybe to change the poses. So guys, it was just 30 minutes and I'm running out of time, and I feel like it wasn't bad even if the pictures doesn't look same way as I expected, but still it's not bad because it was my first time shooting the long exposure shots, and hopefully it's gonna be lit next time.
Hey everyone, it's your boy Lens. Finally it's my turn for this long exposure session, so I had to rush a bit by using my pad into just 30 minutes I've got. So Oli is helping me to spin the blue screen in order to take my shot clear, so I was guiding him to make it clear. So here I'm gonna do the shot. Let me focus on this model. Our model is super genius for real, absolute with the poses. Kindly, like, I was tackling the challenge of longer exposure. So exciting. Let's see how it turns out. So let's make my shot. Perfect. Not sure I'll stick that with the blue vibe for the rest of the shoot for real. Like, wow, this is my shot. Alright, everyone, let me introduce you one and only Samantha, our makeup artist. Seriously, she's in touch, top notch. She's the best of the best, right? So, and she's throwing in some spicy flair here, and I was on the other side looking like how I'm gonna make the second shot, like real quick, rushing with 30 minutes again, yeah. As you can see, I've asked Oli to switch up the fill light style so I can really layer on those thin, soft highlights on our model. Here's the tweak. Perfect. Boom. Not sure I will stick with that blue vibe for real. We're keeping things quick. God maximize. There's few minutes. Here's the second shot, but I'm gonna think like I don't know. Maybe I'll take the third in order to make it clear and exactly a shot I was looking for. I know you're going to love this shot, honestly, my fellow challengers. Wow, this is my final best shot I've took, because they were totally jealous of my photos. Just kidding. Actually, just look at me, like, what is this guy even doing? But hey, this is my last shot. Boom.
In this shoot, I went last, which was both good but a bit challenging. On one hand, I had a chance to see everyone else's setup, but on the other, it was getting late, so I had to work quickly to wrap things up. This specific image was the one that I wanted to recreate. With this halo behind the model, I think it looks cool. To achieve this, I used a tube light. I used the black tape on a tube light to create those rings. Since the tube light is way too long, I added a piece of cardboard to control the light spill and focus the effect. But the light itself had its own issues. The cable was loose, it kept causing the light flickers, which was frustrating. Once I had the light tube in place, I practiced creating circular light trials. I hadn't decided whether I wanted to be in front of the camera or on the light. For this effect, I chose to do the light trials myself because I think I knew what I wanted better than anyone else. So I thought I was the perfect person to do that. For this effect to work, I had to turn off the continuous light so that the halo could stand out more. The initial results wasn't exactly what I wanted. The background was too bright, the model wasn't well focused, plus the rings were larger than I wanted. I realized I needed to control the light spill even more, so I adjusted by placing the black backdrop to reduce reflection from the white walls, and I added a piece of cardboard on the back of that tube light to block light from hitting the background. After these adjustments, I took another test shot. and the new results were much better. The background exposure is lower, which is closer to my reference image. The rings are a bit straighter, though not perfect, and the model now is more in focus and has subtle light on her to make her pop. Finally, I had this shot, which is the closest thing I could get to the reference image that I had. Even though there was still minor tweaks I could have done to make this even more, I ran out of time, so I think I'm stuck with this. And I can try to correct it in Photoshop, like masking out the remaining white walls and try to fill the missing light trails on the top, which is cut out by my bad framing. So this was my first experience with long exposure photography, so I didn't know exactly what to expect. Although the final image didn't fully match my reference photo, I learned lots of tricks along the way that I can apply to my future shoots. This should have given me an ideas on how I could improve my technique and create even better shoots next time.